Hey guys, I am IzDaisho and I am here bringing you some commentary of a match that I had live. I know I said that my battery ran out of my camera, but I was still able to get one of these games. This is game 2 of match 1, and it wasn't the best game for either of us, not the most well played game on either of our parts, but I decided to upload it anyway. Hopefully you guys will forgive me for the mistakes in the gameplay, but I did this whole thing where I just show you the card for a couple of seconds, and you can pause it if you want to read it any longer. But anyway, I play a Walking Corpse turn 2, and then he comes back and plays his Scorn Villager, which is a flip card, and you will see both sides right there. I showed you in my last tutorial about the Scorn Villager. Anyway, swinging for 2 here. Obviously, he's not going to block. His creature would just die, and he wouldn't gain anything out of it. But I have the Geist Flame in hand. I always have the Geist Flame in hand when I'm playing this deck because it can flash back for 4 and it has 1 and it costs 1. So there you go. There's Geist Flame killing his Scorn Villager. I didn't really want it to flip, and it would have flipped if I hadn't played a spell and I didn't have another spell to play in my hand. So I was happy to Geist Flame it there. He plays Elder of Laurels, I think that's what it's called, or Cathar of Loyal, or something like that. I don't know, but he's deciding whether or not I have a trick. Because I just swung with my Walking Corpse. I only have 3 mana out, so it's not so obvious that I can be able to play the Geist Flame, but I'm pretty sure you just didn't see it. So then I just play the land, tap 4, Geist Flame his guy who already has 2 damage on it from the Walking Corpse, but he doesn't take any more damage. So we're about even now. I've used 2 spells and he's played 2 spells, and I've swung in for 2 extra damage. So it's pretty much an even game right now, and he's gonna play something this turn perhaps. He's going to tap 2 and he's going to play Cobbled Wings, which I don't know if I would have run that card. In general, it doesn't really do much for you. If you have no defense against flying and you're worried about it, then I guess it would be pretty beneficial. But anyway, there's Stromkirk Captain. You saw me draft him, but he's a 3-drop 2/2 first strike, and he gives all the vampires +1/+1 in first strike. But in my deck, he's basically just a 3-drop 2/2 first strike, which really isn't bad. I got a lot of cards like Geist Flame and Fires of Undeath. I got that. Which flashes back, so it's a bunch of damage that I can do during combat to make it so that their creatures just die. But he doesn't have a spell to play this turn, so he's just going to take 2 for my Stromkirk Captain, go down to 16. And if you couldn't tell, the life totals are in the top left corner. Aren't they so pretty? I'm so, like, graphically talented. But he plays a Markov Warlord, which is a 4/4 haste that when it enters the battlefield, 2 guys can't block. So not happy to see that guy, but he swings it for 4, and I go down to 16. Untap, and right here I'm just like, whatever. I have answers to it because my deck is just full of answers to pretty much everything that they've got. But I'll swing in for 2 here first, take him down to 14, and then I'll tap 4 to play Rack with Madness, making it deal damage equal to its power. So basically to itself. So basically the creature deals 4 damage to itself and has 4 toughness, so it dies. And it's a 4-cost kill card, but it's not very efficient. It's not even an instant. So Rack with Madness isn't great, but it's still a kill card. So definitely very valuable in draft. And I'm able to keep I'm just able to keep the board clear and allow my my 1 creature to just keep swinging in. So now he plays Hollowhenge Beast, and I thought he was done with his turn, but he's not. So I retap my mana. That's basically what happened there. And I'm not really sure. I don't think anything happens now for quite some time, actually. He thinks a little while on his turn. Later on in the match, you'll see a card that he's holding in his hand that he was considering playing. But right now, for some reason, I think very, very long on this play. He's got a 5/5 Beast out, and I have cards in hand. I play the Mountain, so I think I have 6 mana open right now, and I'm not really sure what I'm deciding what to do. I think maybe I'm holding Brimstone Volley in hand, and I'm just deciding whether or not I want to swing. Oh, okay. I actually remember now, because I remember this is the guy who was sitting right next to me to my left, and I knew that he had asked a question earlier about Ranger's Guile. So he's left the 1 forest open, and I was worried that he's going to have Ranger's Guile, and if he's got Ranger's Guile, then my kill card won't really do much about it. So now I'm deciding whether or not I think he's got Ranger's Guile in hand. In the end, I decide that even if he does have the Ranger's Guile in hand, it's going to be worth it to try to kill his Hollowhenge Beast, because if he's able to get the Hollowhenge Beast up in the air, then it's fine. But the reason why I'm thinking so intently on this is because he had the Cobbled Wings on the battlefield, so he could have just equipped the Cobbled Wings last turn if he didn't want to play an instant spell. So I really thought he might have one, but I also figured even if he does have one, I got to get rid of the Ranger's Guile eventually. So momentarily I'm about to decide to finally tap my mana and play my spell. I know it was definitely long thinking for this game, but like when you see pros play games and stuff, they play way faster because they know all the scenarios. They know everything that can happen in any situation, and I'm definitely not that experienced yet. So anyway, I do it. He has no Ranger's Guile, swinging for 2, taking him down to 12, and then I'll pass the turn. So right now I think I'm in pretty good shape. He doesn't have any creatures on the board. I'm not sure how many cards in hand he has, but apparently he doesn't have a play, so I can just swing it again with my Stromkirk Captain. And like, this is really good enough for my deck. I don't have very many creatures in my deck, but the ones that I do have are pretty decent. There's Rage Thrower. He's a 4/2. Whenever a creature dies, my target player loses 2 life, so that's pretty good. And right here, he's making sort of a comeback, but he doesn't really make the best move here. He plays his Torch Fiend, and then he shows the card that he had one of earlier, which is Wreath of Geists. So actually, it's going to take him a little while. He's counting the creatures in his graveyard to see how strong it'll be, and realizes that it will be strong enough. The Torch Fiend would get +3/+3, I believe, and it would end up being a 5/4, so it would be strong enough to trade with the Rage Thrower, or strong enough to just block and kill the Stromkirk Captain. But anyway, he taps 1 and he plays Wreath of Geists, gives it +1/+X/X, where X is the number of creature cards in the graveyard. And I'm asking him how big it is, and he's like, it's a 5/4. So I mean, it was a little bit of a misplay here on his part, because he played the card in the enchantment. And I don't really know what he could have done, because I don't know what cards are in hand, or if he even had any other options, but I'm just going to tap 7 and flashback Sever the Bloodline, get his guy out of there, and then right now I think in the game I made a mistake, because Sever the Bloodline exiles target creature, so the creature doesn't die, so Rage Thrower's ability doesn't go off. So right here, in the official game that we played, I made him go down to 2 here, I think, but he really should have gone down to 4. It would not have made a difference in the game. I made sure of that before uploading it, otherwise I would have just gotten so much hate from you guys. But anyway, he's going to play his Gastaff Shepherd, I believe. 2/2, and the flip side is a 3/3 Intimidate, but it's going to be a little bit late. He's got one more card in hand, but he doesn't seem to play it. Maybe it's like a Nightbird Clutches or a Wild Hunger or something like that. Something that really would not have made a difference. But next turn, unless he can play another creature or gain some life or something like that, which he does run Gnaw to the Bone, so that is a possibility. But unless he can do one of those 2 things, then it's going to be game, because even if he blocks here, he's at 4, so even if he blocks and kills Rage Thrower, then Rage Thrower is going to deal 2 damage to his face when Rage Thrower dies, and then Stromkirk Captain is going to deal 2 damage to him when he blocks. So there was the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a nice day. Bye.